A lot of respect for Tennessee and the atmosphere that was created here today. It was a great college football game. I'm really proud of our guys. We talked about coming in here to conquer this place, which is not easy to do. And when you do something like that, you have to make your own way. You have to absorb blows. And I don't think I had any idea how many blows we would have to absorb. But we did. And we got a resilient group. I think that's a really good football team we just played. I don't think we played our best football, especially defensively. Give them a lot of credit, though. They made plays down the field. I got a lot of respect for their quarterback. But just some guys to mention. Bo comes in off the bench and plays right tackle. Unbelievable. Gunnar took some shots today and stood in there and made some big-time throws. I thought the offensive staff did an incredible job. That's a really good defense we just played, guys. And they outside of probably 2 drives in the second half where I felt like we stalled out, they did unbelievable. They kept them off balance, off tempo. Mike and them put a great plan together, a couple special runs that we had not run that really helped us. So just all in all, great game. But, you know, I feel almost like you have to apologize because I don't think that we should have won that game. I thought they outplayed us in a lot of ways. But that's the way it goes. I mean, I've had one against them about 9 or 10 years ago that certainly went that way. So it comes and goes.
Kirby, what did Gunnar show you?
Just resiliency, man. He's so tough. I mean, he takes shot after shot. You know, I thought he did a good job with the run game. I'm talking about his run game. It saved us on a couple third downs. In the red area, he made a couple runs. That +1 run game can be big for us if he can protect himself. I thought he grew up tonight. He grew up a lot. Like, he stood in there, and the 4th down throw he made was really good. And protection was better. I still want him to trust the pocket and stay in there, but you know that's who he is. I think we're going to evolve with him where we can scramble and make some really big time plays if he'll keep his eyes downfield when he scrambles.
You 4th down pass to London. What you see there pre-play, and then what does it say about Gunnar that he's able to make that perfect of a throw?
Pre-play?
Yeah, before the play.
I have no idea. I don't know what they were in. We were just going to take a shot there, and we needed to score fast. We didn't need to keep milking time, and so felt like they were defending the sticks, and we were trying to get a touchdown. And sometimes you get an advantage when people play the sticks, and you're willing to take a shot and go deep. We didn't need to, because it wasn't no guarantee that we were going to get the 2. So I was on the headphones the entire drive saying, hey, we need to score quickly because we may have to get the ball back. You can't assume it's a tie. The 2-point conversion was the play of the game because that actually gave us a chance.
You talked a lot about how young this team is. What does it tell you about this team today that they went on the road in a hostile environment and won a game that, like you said, maybe you feel like you maybe shouldn't have?
Yeah, they grew up. I mean, look, defense for 2 weeks has heard about how good they are. They got punched in the face. I did think we played the run well early, and then we started having to make some adjustments to sacrifice some on the run to protect some guys. And the pass, we've played them well. We didn't give up big plays. Today we didn't do that. And it's not all on the corners. We didn't have a guy in the middle of the field. There should be a guy in the middle of the field. They can't throw that ball there, the first one. We misjudged the ball. I mean, they're correctable things is a good thing, and we really weren't beat. We just misplayed it, and that's tough to swallow.
Kirby, in your experience, if you're going to have a special season, don't you have to win something like this where maybe you don't deserve to win, but you find a way on the road?
Yeah, most people you would say. I mean, I would prefer it not be this early in the season, but, I mean, it doesn't get any easier from here. Look, our league, I don't know what's going on in college football today, but this league is tough. I mean, every Saturday, I think games are going to be like that. I told our team I would not be shocked at all if it's a 4th quarter game and it comes down to 1 possession, which it did.
Some more of Josh McCray tonight. Just how far has he come since maybe starting a little bit from behind, and where did you see him?
Saw a big man. He was a difference maker. We thought our advantage was our conditioning level. We felt like we were a better conditioned team, and I really thought there after the first drive, second half, all right, here we go. We're getting ready to rock and roll and try to, but they bowed their neck. They got a, you know, they were a playoff football team, and they stopped the run some and forced us to do different things. But McCray was great today. He was really instrumental. I told him in overtime, I said, guys, let's get this big guy going. And, of course, Nate had the big run, and then he came in and finished it off. He's a great complement to what we have.
Can you speak to the accomplishment of winning 5 times in a row in the stadium and 9 times in a row?
Well, I lost a lot of times in a row as a player, so I mean, it still sticks with me, and I have a lot of memories, good and bad, of playing here. But 5 in a row is a lot. I mean, dating back to Alabama is probably more than that.
Kirby, I know you said that Gunnar grew up today, but where do you think this helped him in his confidence, especially in the passing game this far?
I think it was immense for him. He's still, I mean, I want to judge him by watching the tape, but there's plays in there that can be made that he's got to settle down and have confidence. The best thing he's got is his legs. And he's got a good arm, but he's got to trust his legs and use them to extend plays, not just run. These guys are fast in our league. He tries to run to the sideline, and he might only get 2 or 3 yards, where if he runs north and south and sticks it up in there, he's going to find some honey holes in that pocket. I think right now, when he steps back, it's hard to pass pro for a quarterback that goes back and does those things. But he's growing up. He's getting better. I'm going to tell you what he did now. There was a lot of information Coach Bobo put on him. Check this, do this. They had a great plan, I felt like, put together, and a lot of it was check system for him. And this crowd noise, he did a really good job of that. The first drive, guys, that was like clockwork.
How did you try to keep the defense's confidence up, knowing they need to stop in overtime?
Oh, they didn't. That defensive group in there, they ain't losing their confidence. One player may have a little doubt, but that group in there, they think they can stop anybody anytime. That's a fun group to be around. They knew in overtime. They thought they were going to go block the field goal. I mean, they believe, and they're a confident group. Now we got to play smarter, but look, that's a hard game to prep for. We worked the hell out of our guys to get ready for that game, and probably overworked those guys. It came down to things that we didn't not execute. We got beat over top or didn't make a play. And it's frustrating because I thought that we would play better defensively.
What did you tell your team after the missed field goal, trying to compose them going into overtime?
I didn't say anything. I talked about red area defense and talked about what breakdowns we had in the previous drives, and I told Coach Bobo what hey, what works in the red area. Let's focus on what works. I wasn't going to do a bunch of hoorah at that point. And I think the biggest thing is we got to play defense first, and we got to stop, which was huge. Put that kicker right back out there after that kick, which he drilled it. And then I thought Mike and the offensive staff came up with an awesome play that we've got. We put a play in that we thought was going to really help us, and it plays off of other plays. And that run they had was a designed scheme run that we got from some NFL teams, and it really helped Nate's run.
Y'all ran for, I think, almost 200 yards. What does that mean to you as a coach after the offseason emphasis on running the ball and stopping the run too, but to see what the offensive line and the run game did?
Well, that's who we are. Like if we're gonna be good this year, we're gonna have to run the ball. We're not gonna drop back 35, 40 times a game with Gunnar and be a drop back pass team. We can't play behind in games. We can't do that. We have to be a play action, run, let our quarterback make some design runs, which he did. I mean, it worked to perfection. Other than the fact we couldn't stop him defensively.
At the same time, he did stand back there on some dropbacks and hit, and you all did make a point of throwing vertical. Is this kind of confirmation what you talked about last week about you've seen it in practice?
Well, it was much like that, yeah. And I thought that they didn't play us like those other teams did. They weren't as soft in coverage. They got better rushers. They grabbed us a lot. I thought that the officials ended up calling some holds, but we kept feeling like we're running by them and they're grabbing us, and we weren't getting to hit some of our shots. But I thought the wideouts played extremely hard, played really well, and Gunnar made some throws from the pocket. Probably missed some too.
Do you think you can see this Tennessee team again later in the season, potentially in Atlanta?
You just never know in this league, right? I mean, the schedules both of us got are just so hard, and who knows what could happen in this league. There's a lot of really good teams in this league. So it's going to be about who can avoid injuries, which they're down some guys. We're down guys. Like we got Ernest couldn't finish the second half, and then we had to go to our third, fourth tackle. I mean, it's just crazy the depth levels that I think are going to be all over college football, but especially the SEC, and then throw 9 games in a couple of years, you're really going to have a hard time having enough depth.
You mentioned that about right tackle. Bo came in there kind of, I think, in the fourth quarter and seemed like pass protection maybe got a little bit better. I just wanted to see if you had any thoughts on the way Bo played.
Yeah, I didn't know they made the change. Stacy told me in the headphones he thought that Bo was going to play better, and he thought he would finish stronger than Uni. Uni was getting a little bit sloppy and a little bit tired, and I think we're going to have to find a rhythm of playing guys and keep guys. It was hot today. We were worried about conditioning level, and we practiced hard this week. And you got to be careful you don't leave it on the practice field, because some of those guys got tired, and I was proud of Bo though.
How about that catch from Freezing Corner? I don't know if you've been asked about that or not. Have you seen that yet?
I hadn't seen it. Like he caught it over his shoulder, kind of. I thought the catch he made on the wheel route on the sideline was even harder, where he reached out and got it. But I felt like he faded back into that ball and caught it. I couldn't tell from where I was if it was bobbled or not. But you're talking about a huge play. Wow.
It was emotional after the game. I mean, he was in tears. Just what to say about him that he was able to do this for the team.
What a great kid. I mean, guys, I've never met a kid as nice as him. I mean, he is just the most polite, best kid. I mean, he had the fumble last week, and he came over to me in the fourth quarter and was like, Coach, why didn't you, like, yell at me or cuss me out? And I was like, London, you're just too nice. I was like, I couldn't do it. I know that. I mean, he plays so hard on special teams. He's from the state. You know, he's playing at Vandy. He's, I mean, you ought to hear him in meetings. He's just so intelligent and so hardworking that it could not have happened to a better guy.
We asked you about Glover last week, but making your first start in this environment where you're trying to get off the ball and you know, go silent count or whatever you guys were doing.
To my Gunnar?
Glover.
Oh, yeah. I mean, geez, you want a freshman guard coming in here and playing? I mean, incredible. I don't know how he played. They were saying one of the runs that we thought we should have scored on. We kept having to kick field goals in the red area. One of them, they had a run through. They said was his. But, I mean, he didn't come mid-year. Like, this guy shows up. And it played on a great high school program, well coached, really well coached offensive line, and walks in and just starts playing, and he's natural, picking things up. I mean, where would we be without him right now? He has been a blessing for us. We got to get Juan healthy too.
Janelle with the pick and several other plays. What did you see from him?
Well, some good and bad. You know, he missed a couple tackles there. He had the man-to-man late in the game. It's third down. If we stop him there, we get the ball back. And Jonell works really hard. That game was a little anxiety for him because he doesn't like tempo, having to get lined up, thinking and changing the calls. He gets frustrated with that, and he didn't get to play against him last year. We moved Dan Jackson down there, and he played well today. I was really happy he got the pick.
Kirby, you talked about naysayers in the postgame interview on the broadcast. What kind of message does a win like this send?
Well, I think we know who we are. You know, I mean, and I don't mean this directed at Tennessee, but I told our players, I was like, there's a lot of whistling by the graveyard. You know, and a lot of people don't know what that saying means, but there was a lot of whistling by the graveyard, and that ain't who we are. So, and I'm not saying, I don't think Tennessee is. They're physical and they're tough, but there's a lot of outside whistling by the graveyard, you know, a little bit of acting like one thing, but we feel like our team is a certain identity, and we're not going to go down without a fight. We're nowhere near where we need to be. We're a long way from being there, but boy, we got some kids that aren't afraid to fight.
When you have a team that's this young, what can a win like this, especially on the road, do for affirmation or belief in the process, whatever, you know, going forward into the schedule that you have?
It gives you confidence on the road. But look, guys, we're going to be back at home against a really good team. We're going to be on the road against really good teams. I mean, it can be good and bad. It's how you take that medicine. And I'm going to make sure they take it the right way and that we get better from it. We have to improve, and that's the goal. We want to be on a elevating trajectory, not flat.
Time for one more. Anybody?
What'd you learn about your team today?
I mean, we talked about it, right? I mean, they never say die. I mean, we told them coming in it was going to be blow by blow. How many could we take? Could we sustain? And could we keep throwing back? And we did. But we also cut it, you know, way too close. So we got a chance to put somebody away, which I thought we did. We got to do it.
Thank you, Coach.